United 2, Plymouth Argyle 1, and what an end to a tumultuous campaign of English football that was. There was ups, there was downs, there was twists and turns. Leeds United starting off with a draw against Portsmouth. Leeds United then going on to get knocked out early in the cup against Middlesbrough at home at Ellen Road. It looked like it was going to be a very, very interesting league season indeed. After losing the likes of Archie Gray, after losing Chris Sourcefield III, after losing Jorginho Rota right at the dying ends of this transfer window, it looked like it was going to be a tough rebuild for Daniel Farke and Leeds United. But you got to give credit where credit's due. There's a lot of question marks surrounding Daniel Farke. Will he be Leeds United manager next season? Will we sack him and bring Jose Mourinho in? Nobody knows at this moment in time what is going to go on with Leeds United in terms of the managerial situation. But what we can say and what needs to be said is that this man has done a phenomenal job this year. Lost his three best players, rebuilt the side, rebuilt the system, and got us cooking in a manner in which we were by far the best team in the league. Of course, Burnley have taken us to the wire with their 100 points, but you have to say, if you look from a purely footballing standard basis between the football Burnley have played and the football Leeds have played, Leeds are deserved champions in my opinion. They deserve the league title, they deserve the 100 points, but you got to give credit to both Leeds United and Burnley for the campaigns that they've had. And listen, you thought for a little while there over the past couple of weeks that Leeds have actually banished their curse, because after securing promotion, everything just looks so comfortable, looks so easy. Even the win in which we secure promotion to the Premier League was such a comfortable thrashing of Stoke. We then had such a comfortable demolition of Bristol City, who were fighting for playoffs. You thought, oh shit, going into the last game of the season, the way Leeds are playing, we're playing against an already relegated Plymouth side who have nothing to play for. Surely this should be a cakewalk. And then in standard Leeds United fashion, we decided to make it as tough as humanly possible. But you know what? It's actually made this feeling a lot more exciting inside, because when we secure promotion, we secure promotion, I was over the moon with that one, of course. But when we were winning these games 4-0, 5-0, whatever, it just felt so comfortable and like it was already done. That game to secure promotion that day against Stoke, after 20 minutes, we had the game wrapped up. So we were just sat there chilling for 70 minutes. By the end of it, it was kind of like, okay, now on to the real exciting thing, which is Burnley versus Sheffield United. But the way this game ended, you were on your edge of your seat. You thought Burnley were going to nick it off us right at the end. You didn't know when to celebrate, when to relax, when to do anything. And it wasn't until the last minute of the game that we actually got the job done. But this game had everything in it. It had disallowed goals. It had own goals. It had injuries. It had bookings. It had lack of managerial substitutions. It had it all. And finally, it had a bit of magic from Manor Soloman, who has to be really a strong candidate for Leeds United's Player of the Year this year. For me, I thought it came down to three players. Manor Soloman being one of them, Daniel James being one of them, and of course the final piece of the jigsaw being Ayo Tanaka. Got to be one of those three. Bogle and Firpo very close behind, but one of those three is who I would have definitely put in there as my Player of the Year. And if you had asked me 10 games ago, I might have been leaning towards Dan James. I might have probably been leaning towards Tanaka. Tanaka has fallen off a little bit at the end of the season, but he's still been captain consistent, and I wouldn't hate anyone putting him as our Player of the Year. But then you look at the winger situation, and it's between Dan James and Manor Soloman. And unfortunately for Dan James and Leeds, he did pick up a nasty injury going into these last 5, 6, 7 games of the season. So he has been sporadically performing, and we have needed someone to step up and carry Leeds in those moments. And that is exactly what Manor Soloman has done, not just today, but how many games over the past 7 has he been getting assists? Has he been getting goals? Has he been converting chances in key moments to win us the game? Manor Soloman has been incredible over these past 4 or 5 match weeks, and you can't look past him for that. player of the season role. It's him or Dan James. It's a close one. I think it was looking more clear Dan James, but as I said, Soloman, got to give him huge props. And today, again, it's his goal that secures Leeds United that 100 points. And now we look to the question, which is even being posed to me in the live chat. Do you keep Manor Soloman? Do you keep him? Will Leeds keep him? And for me, I think it's going to have to depend how much Spurs are willing to sell him for. I don't think they'll let him go cheap because Daniel Levy is a shrewd businessman and he'll want to rinse Leeds for every penny we've got. That goal right there probably just added an extra 5 million onto his price tag with the way that Daniel Levy likes to operate. And knowing our luck, we'll spend 20 million on him and he'll get injured straight away because he does have a very, very, very bad injury record. Charlie with the what's up to YT. Shout out to all of you guys watching, of course, on the YouTube right now. But as I said, you got to give a lot of plaudits to Soloman. But as I said, it's a tough one as to whether we buy him because he does have a poor injury record. But let me know what you guys make on that, by the way. Do you think Solomon's just edged it for you, or would you still be looking elsewhere for your player of the season? Are you still a Tanaka loyalist? Are you still thinking Dan James has done enough throughout portions of the season? Which way are you leaning with this, and what are your overriding emotions right now with the way Leeds United have got the job done? Obviously, now we enter one of the most exciting periods of the footballing calendar, which is the transfer window, especially when you are a newly promoted side. There are a lot of big signings you could be going after to bolster up that squad, get some more quality in there, get some more quality circulating around in there, and hopefully that's exactly what we're going to do. It's going to be a big transfer window. I can't wait to be here with you guys through it all. First things first, though, let's get ourselves out there on Monday. Let's have a huge celebration. Let's get the drinks flowing. Let's get the pyro flowing. Let's get the trophy flowing through the city of Leeds. I'm going to be there. Hopefully some of you guys are going to be there. Be an absolute pleasure to meet some of you guys who I've been, of course, interacting with for many, many years now. But it's going to be an absolute pleasurable day, and 10 times better now that we've got that league title confirmed. But as I said, man, just a really, really crazy campaign. But boy, am I happy to see the end of it. There were moments and patches in there that you started to think Leeds were going to throw this away. As I'm watching a live feed of Parag McCarthy holding that Championship League title. Look at that as he puts it on the statue. It was secured in the last 5 minutes of the game. That's the beautiful, beautiful aspect of professional football. That is the part that you cannot replace, you cannot replicate. 1 minute, one moment makes the difference. If it wasn't for that one magical goal by Soloman, if it wasn't for Plymouth missing that last header in the last minute, that league title would not be coming around with Leeds United ribbons on it. Absolute pleasure, as I said, being here with you guys all year. I cannot wait for the next year. I cannot wait for Premier League football. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But for now, as I said, let me know your guys' thoughts on the season, on the game, on Farke. Are you Farke in? Are you Farke out? Would you like to see a change? Do you think he's got this in his locker? Please let me know all of your overriding emotions down in the comment section down below. But for now, guys, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.